Good morning and welcome to the pre-market report for 25th April 2022. Now when we look at the global indexes as of now, they've reached the same point they were at last Monday when I had made my pre-market video. Last Monday when I made my pre-market video, those who watch it regularly will know I said they were at a critical support level at which we had to see a turning, or if we were to break through that support, then there would be all hell breaking loose on the downside for the American markets. Now the American indexes have once again reached that support, so we'll have to see on Tuesday plus Wednesday if they manage to hold the support, and if they do manage to hold the support, then that is positive for the global markets. Now when we come to our own SGX Nifty right now is trading at 16972 as while making this video, so we can assume an open around 17,050 by 9 o'clock. That is an indication that we're going to have a cap down. But now post cap down there will be severe volatility today because the market will have to adjust to the Reliance news and the ICICI Bank news, plus the other small news related to other stocks like HDFC Bank and all of that. So the market will be adjusting to a lot of new factors that it did not expect and have been thrown onto it. Thus, this week I believe we have to look at the Nifty and Bank Nifty on a bigger time frame as we have reached a critical point. For the Nifty will be the guiding light, as the Bank Nifty is extremely volatile. It can dip very sharply and also bounce back very sharply. For the Nifty, if we were to break below the change of polarity zone of 16854, then I would get worried, as number one, those people who have been watching regularly know how important that change of polarity zone has been for the Nifty in all the pullbacks in the past. Plus, when you drop to the weekly chart, that is also the low of last week and also where the 50-day moving average is on the weekly. So it will be very important for us to hold this zone, and as long as we are trading above this zone on the longer time frames, I'm not talking about 15 minutes, if we break it and come back up, that's okay. But as long as we are trading above this zone in the longer time frames, we are safe. If we breach the zone with a bearish break, then we are headed downwards, and that is when I officially come bearish on the indexes, as that will indicate a new down move has commenced in the longer time frame. Now when we look at today's trading session, it will be purely now relying on number one on the quant levels, and number two on the ability of your technical ability and ability to see the change in the data intraday. Thus I'll dive right into the quant levels instead of hopping on about anything else. It's purely talent-based trading. Now the Nifty, the first support is at 17,070 and is where I expect the index to open and hover about. Now if it breaches the support at 17,070, the next support is at 16,920 and then 16,820, which is the very key support. The reason I'm highlighting the 16,820 out of all the other ones is you have the change of polarity at 16,854, which is where the 50-day moving average is also. So now that is a candle zone plus moving average support zone plus quant support zone a bit below at 16,820. So if that were to break on the longer time frames, then we're gone. But if it breaks intraday, then we can have a short until 16,660. Now on the Bank Nifty is a very volatile index, and anyone who trades it knows that it can either give you very good profits or you lose your shares. So now the Bank Nifty, the first support is 35,940, which I believe will be blown through immediately pre-open, will get even at open, after which 35,600 comes into play. If the index was to break 35,600, then 35,150, 35,330. It will be very important for us to see the index holding this zone or this zone, 34,700. If it breaches but technically if it reaches 35,150, then it will go to 34,700. Also it will go further lower, but those supports I will share depending on how the market goes as of now. On the resistance front, 17,220 and 36,240 to 36,400. Those two are the only resistance I'm highlighting today. Even though I've given others like 7290, 36,700 as we are gapping down, so a rise would have to have very good short covering to end up hitting the second resistance level shared. If we hit the first one, then it is excellent. So how I will trade today, I'll let the market open and I'll purely let it do what it wants for the first 5 to 15 minutes. And if I believe you're a new trader, let it do it for the first 15 minutes. If you're a seasoned trader, then give it the first 5 minutes, then you can hop in dependent upon the trend direction. Once it reaches any of the quant support zones, I'll naturally look for a reversal signal to the upside. If we do not get any, then it's a further short to the downside. So that is basically the trading plan for today. Thank you for watching, and do like the video and also subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you can get notified about the upcoming videos.